Morning all, how's everyone going? Get out of the way so I get the proper light. I've just come to get on to be with you guys, and my husband has been using my tablet, so it hasn't got the power that I would have liked it to. So here I am on my phone today, so let's hope no one calls. Let's go no one call Annette today. So we're back on to Sydney, and we're going to be working on doing some of the painted hair today, so hopefully it'll go well. Hi Patricia. Oh, you're going to make a cup of tea? Chilly, oh my god, come here, it's like 40 degrees, it is stinking hot. Morning teacup. Morning. Hi Marie. So we're going to get started. I'm not going to wait too long. Hi Annie, how are you? Oh, I like how you've got your little picture of your blanket in your profile pic there. It looks really, really cool. So yeah, like I said, let's work on this little guy. Give him some hair and eyebrows. After that, all he will need is some glossing on his lips and his nails, and then some eyelashes, which I will root as long as the new mummy is happy with that, and then he'll be sort of ready to go. So my god, what are we going to do next? Start another one. I don't know. I haven't even thought about that yet. That's crazy. Hi cutesy patootsy, haven't seen you in a while. Are you doing good? Good morning Patricia. Morning Maria. You might have to help me with that one, Patricia. I also wanted to show off this morning. I got a few gifts, some fan gifts, so really, really excited. I'll show them before we get started. The first one was from Leslie. We call her Gigi. I always call her Gigi because that's her YouTube name. She sent me a new can cooler. So this one says that a wing a haul. You wing a haul, I think it is. So that's a place in Australia, obviously near where Gigi, I'm going to keep calling her Gigi, lives. So thank you for that. That is so, so cool. I love it. It's nice and bright and fun. And she also made an Akubra hat for Mateo. Now I haven't put this on yet because I want to find the perfect outfit to go with it. But isn't it so cute? I'm not even going to put it on this baby because it's not his. It's just for Mateo's. And she's even got like this little gum leaf clip onto the side, which I just think is so amazing. So thank you so much. He is going to absolutely adore that, and he's going to look so cute. I can't wait to put it on him. So thank you for that, Gigi. If she isn't here yet, I'll make sure I show her again when she comes. Hi Chanda. Is that how you say your name, Chanda? Cutesy says, I'm well, thanks Annette. Busy working on creating bubs. I hope you're all well. Well, that's the best thing to do, isn't it? To be busy making bubs. Hi Lilas. And I also got a gift sent from First Time Reborns. This is for Mateo as well. She said she went to a doll show. So it's the Kansas Doll Show. Follow the yellow brick road, it says. When she went to the doll show earlier this year, I said it would be so cool to get like a souvenir and from the doll show, and she went and bought this for Mateo, and oh, it's so cute. Look at that. Wish our little doll shows here had outfits that you could buy like that. Really, really sweet. So thank you so much to First Time Reborn. If she's not here again, I will show her when she comes, or I'll send her a picture, but just wanted to share that all with you. HC, hi. Hi Lorna. How's everyone going? So with the painted hair today, I'm going to be using Prism pencils. I personally really like to work with them much better when I'm working with painted hair. I like the fineness of it. I mean, I know you can get some really fine paint brushes and things like that, but it's been my go-to. Doesn't mean it's your go-to. Remember, everyone's different. It's just my go-to. So I've got 3 pencils here. I've got like a beige, I've got the dark umber, and I've got black. So again, if you're going to paint, you can use any colors you like. I do suggest to go for a few different colors though. I mean, as you can see with my hair, there's different colors in it, and that's what gives it like a little bit of depth. Even someone that has, like, let's say pure blonde hair, you will still see some light shading, so you'll still need other colors. Maybe not black, but that's how you get all the difference. Just to let you know, it's going to be 40 degrees here today. My cat is on the ground beside me, laying on the tiles like she's dead. So 40 degrees here is like 105 Fahrenheit. I know I was telling Leslie yesterday, and she was saying she'd prefer to be in this heat than in the cold she's in. I'm like, no, you don't. Hi, Monica. Hi, Twinsy. I have got Mateo's card. It arrived yesterday, but I wanted to sit with him and do like just a little snippet video for you, so you and Benji can watch. So stay tuned to that. I'll be trying to work on that this afternoon. Hi, Edie. Everyone give Edie super big loves and cuddles. Send her a little love heart emoji there. She had to say goodbye to Matilda, and it was hard. She said she didn't get to do everything with Matilda that she really wanted to do, but she still had a fantastic time. And, you know, love hearts go to you. Thank you so much for all the pictures. I can't wait to create that into a slideshow. Monica said, autumn is beautiful. I love this time of year. I know. I loved your picture of Benji laying in the autumn leaves. How wonderful. Love hearts from Marie. Edie said it was really hard. Yeah, I can totally get that. Monica said, I'll let Benji know. Thank you. Thank you, Precious, for sharing my website. I appreciate that. How are you, Precious? I hope you're doing well. Leslie, I've heard from Leslie too. She's doing really well, and she said she'll let people know how she's going soon, and just to let everyone know that baby is on its way to her. So it's all happening. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to put this down just a little bit for now. So what I do is I always like to make sure I'm starting with nice sharp pencils. Even though they look sharp, it's nice to have that point on it. Gigi, look, look, I got it, and his hat. They are so amazing. Thank you so much. I haven't put the hat on Mateo yet because I'm trying to find the perfect outfit to go with it for him. But I'm going to do that this afternoon. But thank you so much. It is so cool. I can't believe you made this. It's so amazing. So thank you so much. Cheers to you. Monica said, so it took about 3 weeks. That's not bad. Oh, okay. Excellent. Yes, it was excellent. Okay, so I always have like a little baggie here. I always have it. I don't empty it out. I've just put my shavings straight into it. It also means that when I'm putting it in my little desk where I actually am painting, it's quick and easy to find because it's sort of bulky and grubby. So anyway, I just sort of open it a little bit, hold my sharpener, and then the shavings go directly in there. A couple of sharp, and there we go. You can't really see that too well, but I can assure you there's a nice pointy end on that. So I'll do it with the brown too. Ooh, that's a really super sharp one. Wish it would show through sometimes. There we go. And the beige. The one thing you want to do is don't over sharpen them because then you'll break them. And as we know, well, I've been using this since it was a big guy like up here. So if you over sharpen it, you're going to break the tip, and then you're going to have to sharpen it further down to get the tip back. So don't over sharpen it. Thanks, Gigi. I really appreciate it. Tinsy Toes, hi, how are you? You think you need me to send me an artist sharpener? Okay, that sounds interesting. All right, so I'm going to bring the screen down a little bit further to him so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And as usual, I'll answer as much messages as I can. But let me just wipe the camera again. That'll just give you the ultimate best look you can. All right. So basically I'm going to start with the brown because I don't want the black, because the black will just make it, you know, all too dark. And the first thing you need to really start is maybe just at the back of your head. By this stage, of course, as we know from last year, what the hell am I talking about? Last week, hang on, Gigi said you need a super fine point, and that won't do it to art standards. Oh, okay, I never knew. You learn something new every day. Okay. So last week I did the ultra matte varnish on this little guy, but just in case, like, I don't exactly know what product you're going to use. Obviously, if you're using the ultra matte varnish by Deco Art that I've got, or if you're using something like satin varnish by Genesis or matte varnish by Genesis, any of those Genesis sort of products will work. Oh, Precious said, I'm doing good. My tablet keeps freezing up. How's your week been? My week's been very busy, but going really great. I'm really proud. So anyway, as long as you're using products like that, you should be able to draw onto them fairly easily. Some product, if you haven't actually sealed it with anything, I normally find Genesis paint to be a little bit too slippery for the pencil to stay on there. I haven't actually tried the Magical Realism without the matte to know if it's slippery, but anyway, so what you need to do is just do like a little practice line to make sure. I've already done it with the black, so you can see it possibly there. No, you can't see it perfectly. But yeah, you can see the line there. There we go. There we go. We're focusing in. So you just need to do a practice line just to make sure that your pencil is going to be able to draw on your little canvas here. Because there's nothing worse than having like a slippery, shiny head and trying to draw and it's just not working. It gets really frustrating. I've heard a lot of people that has happened to them, and then they go to painting the hair on with actual paint, and that's fine as well. But this is good. It's good to have, you know, options, that if you want to do it with the pencil you can, but if you want to do it with paint, that's fine as well. Hi Terry Berry, how are you? Hope you're doing well. So hopefully I'll be able to show you all this fairly easily. I'm just going to get a pillow for the baby. It's nice to have something to rest the head on, so if you don't have a little pillow, you can just use like a little cloth or something like that. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to do this back to front, guys, but I'm going to do my ultimate best for you. So a lot of people talk about mapping heads and things. Oh yeah, don't forget your thumbs up, guys. 20 people here, you can hit that thumb. So yeah, a lot of people talk about mapping heads and things like that. I'm kind of going to do it like a mapping. I don't think it's exactly mapping, but it does sort of get you started to how you want to paint. I haven't seen Angela yet. I'm sure if she isn't here yet, she'll be here soon. So normally I just like to start with sort of say four long hairs as like, I guess you could call it a map, or maybe just starting lines really. So for that type of thing, I like to do one on the head. So I like to start somewhere around where I'm going to be doing the crown, and then I literally just draw it and bring it around in a little bit of a line. So let's see if you can see that nicely there. I might have to turn my little camera around because I know the back of my phone is the better image. So let's see if I can do that. I don't want to switch you guys off either. Okay. Oh, that does give a better image, I hope. Let's see. So anyway, you can see I've sort of, there's my like starting point where I'm going to be doing my crown. Now I could literally come around with my pencil. Let me actually get this a better. Sit here, little Bubba, little Sydney. Okay. So I could actually do like a little swirl here if I want, and I will do one just for the point of reference, so you know that that's sort of where I'm planning on doing a swirl. You don't have to do it, but for me it's my point of reference that that's sort of where I'm going to be putting my little swirl. So that's my first line that you'll see there. Just seeing if anyone's said anything here. A million hearts, Annie. Oh, that's so sweet. Okay, so the next point I want to do is like one that's going to come towards the ear. So again, in the flowing way that I'm going to be drawing, straight just in front of the ear. Just like that. Nice and simple. Nothing over the top. I'm going to do another one over this side. So I'm going to bring it from, just going to put this camera up just a little bit. So I'm going to bring it from, again, from where my crown will be and just towards the front there. And then the last one is again from the crown and bringing it down towards the middle. So that just gives me points of where I'm sort of working from. I don't exactly know what I'm talking about, but I know what I'm talking about in my head, but explaining it's different. First time Reborn, I got your little onesie. Thank you so much. It is so beautiful. I'm going to dress Matteo in it later today and take some pictures for you, but thank you so much. It arrived and it's absolutely so cute. So thank you so much for going out of your way to send that to me. I really appreciate it. So back onto this guy. It is sweet, isn't it? It's so sweet. I was saying I wish we had those kind of onesies in Australia when we went to doll shows, but I guess our doll shows aren't really any huge, big, exciting events. So from this anyway, you can... another thing I suggest too is go onto Google and look up newborn baby hair. And sometimes you can find some amazing images and you can literally follow the lines that you see on the baby's head. Wait till I get a grandbaby. We're going to be literally following everything. First time Reborn said, you're so very welcome. If they have one at this show on Saturday, I'll send you another one. Oh my God, I'm going to have to, like, I'll put that on Matteo, obviously, for a start. But I think I might have to have a wall of onesies and, like, tack them to my wall as displays. Gigi said, me too. I wish they were exciting for me. Yes, exactly. Okay, so we can do a number of things here, but I like to seemingly bring all of my hair into the middle so that that middle part will look thicker. You commonly see, you know, babies' heads sort of here is a bit thin and in the middle is thick, whether it's been brushed into that general direction or not. Yeah, the Ipswich show is very exciting, but it'd be nice to take home a little onesie, a baby dressed in a onesie, wouldn't it? Amy, hi, how are you? Oh my God, I haven't seen you in ages. How have you been? Okay, so for what I'm going to do for that, I'm just going to bring some lines in to the middle. I'll just show you how I do it, like literally just bringing them in like that. And from the other side too, bringing them in. And you can actually drag your pencil too, like along that stem too, so in the middle. So things will start to bulk up there. It's quite amazing how it eventuates. Also using like your eye, try to follow your lines and imagine that there's hair there. So you wouldn't be going over here, you wouldn't be bringing it like that or something. You don't want to go no straight lines. It's going to be obvious in the end. You need to keep flowing with your lines and bringing them to a point just imagine there is a flow there. So obviously with these, I'd keep sort of flowing in this direction, and then when I'm getting down to here, they're sort of folding out here. Gigi said that would be an interesting piece of installation art, the wall one. Yes, I'm going to do it. I'm really going to do it. I've got a few. I've obviously got the Rose International one, but Matteo wears that sometimes, but he can't work for long. And I've now got the Kansas one. I'm going to have to get a few. Amy said, I'm good. I've been crazy busy with the boys. I can imagine. I can really imagine. So yeah, just keep flowing. And obviously, we've also got to think that a baby's hair isn't going to be like that length. So as we go, we can just make small lines. Like, let's say I'm going to do this one here. I can bring it into the middle like this. As you can see, my pencil is starting to blunten, but it's still doing good. So I can just bring lots of lines in there. Different lengths. I'm just going to give this a quick sharpen just to make that tip a little bit stronger. So sorry if anyone comes on and I don't answer you straight away. Just trying to focus on this. Don't be too heavy-handed with your pencil too. Hold it lightly. If you're going to hold it heavily, you might break your tip, or the colour might go on really dark. Now, we don't have to stay within these lines here. I can still move out if I want and bring it to the next one. Thank you, Precious, for sharing my Patreon. I was just thinking how quickly Christmas is coming. I've got my Christmas cards for the Christmas Card Club, but it's just happening all so quickly. I don't even want to think about it almost. Pardon me. So as you can see how I'm going there with those, you can see what's happening. And it's actually really quick to do it this way. Marie says, Annette, since you are going to be a first-time granny, are you considering doing a reborn in the image of your grandbaby so you can pass it down to her as an heirloom? Yes, definitely I will be. That has to be an absolute must. But I wanted to let you all guys know that it's going to be a big part of my YouTube world. I'm going to be bringing it onto live streams. I've already told Amy I'm going to live stream the birth, and she just looked at me. I said, well, if I can't live stream it, I'll definitely be videoing it for, well, you know, in part for everyone to see. But it's just going to be a big part of my world, and Amy doesn't have a choice about it. But we're all very excited here, that's for sure. So as you can see, that center part too is getting darker, which is really cool. Yes, the Christmas list is up. It's all updated. So again, we can come in from this side. And you'll see that that center part will grow. Now at the moment, obviously, it's it looks good, but it doesn't really look like, you know, baby hair as such. But as you go and you're adding the other colors and more lines to it, it does start to get that look. So just persevere. The first layer, pretty much, or this this type of thing will pretty much just look like this. It's not until you start adding different colors that you'll really start to get a different look about it. You can see. Oh, Terry, you talked to Will last night. That's sweet. You can, if you can't get on Telegram, if you're having trouble getting on Telegram, anyone, just let me know and I can send you the list. Again, my pencil's starting to blunten, but it still works to a degree. So I'll just show you once we're going to that side again, so you can be flowing with it like this, and just again you can bring it to a single area. And you don't have to be exactly particular because it's going to have, you know, a few different colors on it, layers. It's going to produce more of a look. So you can just sort of flow and let your hand sort of just flow, just literally drop. Goat lotion, you super love. This smells amazing. It's ridiculous how good it smells. Tiana says it smells like Fruit Loops, which is an Australian cereal. It's like a lemongrass smell. It does look like baby fine hair, it does. Monica said, this baby is crying. She's saying, please don't draw on me anymore. Ouch, it tickles. Ouch, I've never heard anyone say, ouch, it tickles. So just remember, if you're wanting to follow anything here, just nice, light hand. Don't be too handed on it. And when you get to the front, you need to sort of be like almost sweepy. Like, so the ends will be wispy, so they sort of wisp, if you know what I mean. So like I said, you know, go onto Google though and find some really great images of newborn hair. Some images on Google. There's some people have actually painted hair with the Reborn, and then they go in and they take photos and they've put it on Google for people to copy. So you can do that as well. So you'll see the hair that I'm doing there, but I will, once I get pretty much done with the main part, I do come in and I do some nice fine hairs. Especially with the beige, I like to do some fine hairs down here. So there's so many things you can do. Literally, like I said, all you have to do is look at some pictures of newborns and you'll get literally so many ideas. So as you can see, today's a pretty cruisy day, so if anyone has any questions, I'm pretty available to answer them. Obviously, I'm not looking at the camera right now, but I definitely keep looking. So basically, before I go on to the next colour, I do like to complete like this sort of look all over the head. I don't know if I will continue to do this. or start on another colour, but at the moment I'm continuing this. Always looks really good in the light. Okay, so we'll come around to this side now. You can start sort of working on a swirl there. It's basically just, you know, working, drawing in that right direction. So cute. So we'll go down a little bit here. Any questions? Edie says we used to have a dairy goat farm. Oh wow, that's so cool. Hi Tammy's Tiny Tots. Marie said, how many different colours are you going to use on this baby? In the hair I'll be using 3 different colours. The brown, the beige and the black. And once again, you know, there's no really rule of how many colours you have to use. It's just what's working or what sort of look you actually want to get. Edie says, do you find more people like the painted hair or the rooted? I feel people still always ask me for rooted hair when I'm getting orders. I pretty much work now when I'm making babies that every baby has hair like this, and then I'll root on top of it. For many years, obviously, I didn't do anything like this, and I just rooted the hair. And, you know, sometimes I didn't really feel that it gave it a good depth. But if you've got painted hair like this and then you root on top of it, it actually makes it look like the hair's a little bit thicker. And especially when you do the hairs around the, you know, front area there, a lot of people have trouble when it comes to rooting. They just sort of pretty much root a line, and then it looks like, you know, the baby's got a cap on or something. So when you've done this type of hair, you're bringing some nice fine lines down here, and it actually makes that hair that you've rooted look like it's coming down a little bit further. So it does give a great look. And honestly, like I said, when I'm making any baby, they always get this hair. And then if the mum says that they want rooted hair, I do that over the top of it. So I find that works well. But I have had, you know, a few people that have said that they're just happy with hair like this, but not many. But there's some artists who just won't do anything else. They'll only do this, maybe, you know, due to maybe arthritis, or they don't like rooting, things like that. I think it's pretty great. So you can see how fast this is. I mean, if I was only to do the one layer, which is quite possible, I could do that. I could be finished this within the hour. Precious said, what colour of Prism pencils do you use? Do you use different colours for medium or dark? Or just vary the saturation? I pretty much vary, but if you were doing something brown, well, you know, this one here is dark umber. There's also chocolate brown, there's sandbar brown, so you could do different shades of brown. I have just found my best quality work so far has been using these 3, a dark umber, a black and a beige. You'll see how it actually turns out, but obviously, as in any toolbox, you should have all the colours. So I would say, you know, about 6 to 8 different colours you could have. Marie said, yeah, like wigs that have the straight hairline. It doesn't look natural, does it? And, you know, no baby has that straight hairline. They'll have those little fine hairs, even if they're just like a blonde. Gigi said, I love goats. I had Nubans and British Alpine. Wow. Precious loves the rooting. And Gigi said, I have to do painted hair. My arthritis in my hands has limited of fine work, yes. I do sell these pencils, but I do know that I'm not limited to them. A lot of art shops have them as well. Your artist does just rooted hair. And don't get me wrong, like, you know, some artists won't do the painted hair. They'll just do rooted hair, and they do a beautiful job. I just personally find with my work that I have liked it better since I've done this type of thing underneath it. Got to sort of do a bit of a crossover there and make sure that the hair's just not all going in the one direction, as the hair wouldn't be. I don't really like the base shape of this head here. It doesn't really look that natural. So as you can see, I'm just literally flowing with the lines, thinking about where the hair would have been, you know, gathered due to brushing. Edie said, awesome, Gigi. Those Nubans are sure like to talk, don't they? We just have 2 boar crosses now. They do not have the personalities that the dairy goats have. We had at the time all 6 dairy. Wow. Terry says, Annette, my baby is done. Oh my God. He was born today. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you too. That is excellent news. Marie says, Bountiful Baby have them. Close to $3 a piece. Fair enough. Tammy says, I got my pencils at Michael's craft store. There's Leslie. How are you going, Leslie? Annie said, company left, but I'm getting a small migraine. So I'm here just listening and learning. Fair enough. Tammy says, hi to Leslie. Gigi said, Nubans are different and so smart. Zoe would watch where Jim planted new trees, wait until he left the orchard, open the gate and take the girls into the orchard. Edie said, hi Leslie, how are you feeling? Marie said, hi Leslie. Now, as I said before too, don't sort of fuss too much about the finished ends of these, like down the end. We can come back and add that in after we've got, can even do it at the end, you know. It's good obviously to get some hairs down there. Leslie said, pretty good, just relaxing. And he said, we have to webcam sometime, Mouse. I miss you so much. I know. Well, as I said to everyone, I'm getting on top of some many projects. I have to thank I have to thank Gigi. Hang on. I have to turn this around. Gigi, this is for you. I really wanted to thank you. Ultimately, thank you. I had a bad week last week. I wasn't doing very well. I was feeling a bit sorry for myself over some certain situations in my life. Even though I have so many great situations at the same time. And we were speaking about how when I'm a night person and like to work at night, and you told me how you get up early in the morning, I think it was, something like that. Anyway, because of your conversation, I put into my head to maybe work in the morning. So Michael goes to work at 4:30 in the morning. So I decided that 2 days a week I'm going to wake up at the same time and I'm going to take care of business. So I literally woke up this morning at 4:30 a.m. and I edited one of Matilda's hometown visits. So it was when she was with Pat. If you're on my Patreon, you'll be able to watch that already. If you're not, you won't be able to watch it till tomorrow morning. But I got that done. And then I was getting on to some of Leslie's baby shower gift to send. Noise behind me. And I was just able to get really a great head start to my morning. So I wanted to thank you so much for that, Gigi. You gave me that idea. I know we were all talking about it, but I made it happen. And I promised myself 2 days a week, extra early, and get some work done. Gigi said, I finished my pedal pig this morning. We'll take pictures. Oh, no, can't wait to see that. Precious said, congratulations, Marie. Leslie said, Edie, she is doing very well. Edie said, wonderful. Gigi said, I will check with the pencil artists last workshop. They were raving about new Australia pencils. Good thinking, Annette. Our art brains work best at 3 a.m. to 7. Oh, really? At 7 p.m. Okay, good. Okay, well, thank you again. And I'm on to that, just to let everyone know. And being on to that, I'm not sure why you're being congratulated, but we'll soon see, I guess. Being on to everything, like yesterday I had to do my paperwork, and then I had to do whatever work I had to do on Patreon, and literally I was able to get on top of it for the first time ever. So like I've told you, I've got schedules now, and I'm slowly getting on top of things. Okay, Annie, thank you. Tell your friend thank you. Okay, so I'm going to continue with the hair here. As you can see, I'm nearly finished with this base tone. So this type of thing, a lot of people are probably saying, oh, well, I'm happy with that as it is. I obviously am not. But if you're making, you know, a reborn baby for a child, even your grandchild or one of your children, you can literally do the hair this way. And they'll be happy with it. They'll be like, oh yeah, that looks great. So just goes to show you that it doesn't have to take long. I know a lot of people aren't. I have to say, I'm not a good artist. I really am not. Like, I've never been good at art. It's never been my subject in school or anything like that. So anyone can do this. But if you're a little bit shaky on your hands, or you know, feeling not too confident with yourself, you know, you can take your time. I just don't like to take my time with this because the flowing effect looks better when you're sort of working fast. Oh, see that? Nice big line there. So with this, I'm just sort of working around to a crown. Gigi said, oh, you are too a good artist. You couldn't do what you do. I know, but like, you know what you mean, what I mean? Like when I was in school, it's not like I can draw a face, or I was never good at art in school. I know I can do this, but I just think that, you know, this is something that many people can do. It's It's really not rocket science, you know. So there how we've got that. But that's okay. All right, so this is basically him all the way around. And I'll just bring it up closer so you can see those lines a little bit closer. Doesn't matter if we get some thick lines in there, you know, like up there, that's fine. They're all going to blend in. Now at this stage, you can keep going if you want. You can keep just adding lines. No, you don't have to stop. You can just keep adding them wherever you see like a little bit of a gap. Especially at the front here, we can add some more of those lines to bring that middle up. Like you start watching the middle and you'll start to see that it will darken. Like all the hair is being brushed in that direction. See? And if you do want some darker spots, I do also use the side of my pencil. So watch what happens when I use the side of my pencil. It sort of blends it a bit and gives a darkening. And it's nice to do because you've got your lines already under there. They're going to stay there and be seen, but this sort of gives it just a little bit of darkening, like a little shade. So close up, let's see if it'll show us. It's one thing about cameras I just dislike, they really don't show what I can see. But definitely the use of the side of your pencil is good. And you can just do that randomly throughout the hair. You can see a little bit of the darkening on that side. And this, like I said, this isn't showing up like a line, it's just like showing up maybe a little bit like a shadow. So it all works in well as to how the finished product's going to look. Edie said, now wait a minute, my son in Florida is a rocket scientist and I don't think he could even try to do what you do. Oh, that's so cute. Deb said, are you going to put a bet for the Melbourne Cup today? Yes, it's Australia's famous horse race today, the Melbourne Cup. And no, I'm not going to put a bet in today. I normally do put a bet in today, but a little bit tight on cash at the moment, so I think I'll give that one a miss. I never win anyway, so I'll give it a miss. Marie said, looks amazing in it. Thank you. Terry said, oh yeah, it was me. I have a custom of my son at age 2 days old, mate. Yeah, that's right. Yes. And he said, the camera shows how beautiful you are to us, so it shows a lot. That's really wonderful, Annie. And Edie says it looks great. Okay, so now I'm going to go with black so I can show you sort of what black is going to do. Now, if your hair you're making is going to be more so of a brown or a light brown, I wouldn't suggest to use much black, just a few lines here and there. But if you're trying to darken this up, you can use a lot more. So just to give you a look at the colour there, this is my line. So literally just bringing it in there. You can see that there's some darker lines there. And I'm literally just going to take this around the whole head. So see how you can see how quick this can actually be done. Now I know there is, you know, some amazing artists out there who draw hair, you know, really, really well. And they take a good, you know, long time on it. But I'm not, I don't have that kind of ability. I'm not saying that this isn't great. I'm just saying I don't have that, you know, perfect painted hair ability. And that's fine. Maybe if I did take my time, maybe I could. But I actually like this, the result of these, and I'm happy to stick with what I'm doing here. Some little fine hairs down there. So these obviously can just be random. I'm not trying to get like a super dark hairstyle, so I'm just randomly doing it. So you can see the black lines there, and you can see what they're giving. Oh, how cool. Tiana just told me Doc Martin's on Netflix. We like Doc Martin here. And he said, bronze her hands, they work with magic. Deb says, I know you don't talk to Jasmine anymore, but did you teach her painted hair? No, I think she learnt that on her own. I think she's just recently started learning, well, not recently, but in the last couple of years, she's done some of those, and they look amazing. She's a beautiful artist for hair painting. I think we might have played with it over the years, but back then I did a little bit of a, what do you call it? More of a simple set where I did with a paintbrush, a thick paintbrush. And that was because my Prism pencils wouldn't work because of the shiny surface. But since then, I have made the surface work much better. Annie said, I can imagine not talking to Mouse. Thanks, Annie. Gigi said, is it weird how our art brains work? If I'm painting a portrait, I try to make hair look 3D, but I'm trying to do it on a 3D dome. It is hard for me. Yeah, it is. Actually, once, you know, you get the beige colours in and everything, it does give like that 3D sort of look. So once again, at this stage is when I just sort of come in and do some extra lines in between where I want them. And I can even go on the side with my pencil again if I want, just to make some thickening. So if I did that thickening, I don't know how well you can see that there. It really does give a nice look. Just a little bit of thickening there. Okay. There you go, little guy. Terry's going to be right back. And he said, can you draw hair for just... Tiana's dropping things everywhere. Can you draw hair for just a mohawk too? Or would you have to draw the hair and root the mohawk? Just curious. I always wanted to try to paint it. You probably could. I mean, if you did more hair into the center, more lines, it sort of would look that way. But generally, if someone was doing like that, I would definitely be telling them to root down the center and, you know, just do some fine hair, and that would bring that up as well. Deb says, my baby from her has painted hair with a little rooted on top of the head. I want her to have more rooted hair. Oh yeah, maybe she can give you a little bit more rooted hair, or maybe you could learn to do it. Yeah, I do really love that combo hair look. I think it's really super pretty. Terry's back. Gigi said, come for a holiday in, is it Aluka? And you can teach me hair. And we can go to Woody Head and I'll teach you plein air? Just an idea. What is that? All right. So, obviously, if I was doing this by myself without you guys, I would have spent, oh, I will be coming back to it, but I would have spent a lot more time doing the brown and then the black. So I'm not sure how well you can see the black there. You should be able to see the lines of black. And there you can see the shading, like especially here, just bits of shading. Okay, so I'm going to stop in with a bit of beige now. Like I said, I'll come back and do all the colours again, but let me show you what a beige can look like. Is it plein air? Is French for outside painting, aka watercolour landscapes. Wow. Okay, yeah. So literally, you won't see the beige too, like, prominently, but it will definitely make a difference to everything. Try to press a little bit harder so you guys can see. Bit hard to see, isn't it? But it is happening. I'll sharpen it a little bit more. I think this one needs it. So I don't know how well you can see it. Just there, you can see those light lines, and they do give it like that little bit of a 3D look. They're quite important to the finished product, I believe. So once again, you're going to go through the whole kit, putting in your fine. I'm finding I have to press a little bit harder on this just so you guys can see it, but you can see it there. So again, nice and flowy through the whole kit. You can see those white lines there. No, that's fine. Tiana's making herself some breakfast. She's not going to school today because it's just too hot. You right, Tiana? What do you want from me? What? What do you want from me? See that? I don't know. Well, ding ding then. Oh. Watch it, you dag. I don't want yeah, well. She wants to watch a movie on Foxtel, but it costs money to do it, so we're trying to be a little bit tight on money. So, but she really wants to watch it. What do you want to watch? George of the Jungle. Deb said, what colour would you use for blonde? Definitely you'll be using this beige and sandbar brown. Gigi said, so that is beige or burnt sienna. Yep, this one is beige. You see that? Doesn't want to focus in. Okay, be like that then. But that's beige. I haven't actually got a burnt sienna here. Edie said, Annette, is someone getting this baby? Yes, someone has purchased him already and is just waiting for him to be finished. Gigi said, yeah, I'm getting this maybe dark too. Awesome, Edie says. Annie said, my niecey, hi Tiana, Auntie loves you. Annie says hi. Gigi said, sorry, dog's knocked tablet. It's dark to light, yep. Okay. So you just keep going, persevering. I feel like with this beige it's being a little bit more stubborn, as you can see, but it is coming through. Just takes a little bit more pressure. But you should be able to see by now that there's, you know, definite colour differences, and that's what we want. So you will literally go over the whole, you can see the little white bits, or the beige, over the whole kit with that. Now I'm going to go over, not now because we've only got like half an hour left. I'm going to go over that whole entire kit again using the brown all over again, and then the black, and then the beige again. And then she should be pretty much, or he, I should say, should be pretty much done on his hair. Now I'm just going to show you those fine lines I do around the head, around the forehead. So I'll be just doing really fine, trying to be light on my touch and being a little bit slower around the forehead. As you can see what I'm trying to do there. Well, they're a little bit lighter, so let's see if we can get a focus. Nope. You want to focus? Fine, be like that. But you can see I'm trying to do them down here. And you can literally bring them all the way down to where you would expect like a the eyebrows to be. Look at that. Let me see if I will focus in. No, but you can see the ones there. They're very fine, and that's why it's not picking it up 100%. But you can see what I'm doing there. It's so hot. Think of how Teacup is. She's in there and it's extra hot. Okay, it would be terrible. But she's a trooper. So we're just bringing them all nice and fine. You basically do want them to be that people can't really see those lines unless they're up nice and close. If you can do that, then you've pretty much succeeded in getting them right. Tiana, don't play with fire. So after I've done the stream anyway, I'll take some nice closer pictures for you. And like I said, I come down here and I do some fine lines down here as well. Because you often see babies having this fine, what is it, veneer sort of hair down here. Can't remember what it's called. A bit like a little bit of a what do you call it? I've lost my mind. So like some what are those things called? Elvis Presley has them. Patricia? Sideburns, that's it. But not as full on. So I don't know how well you can see that. But you can see that he's got those fine hairs. Yeah, we should be able to see that pretty good. Yeah. I just want to show it, but you can see that there's some fine lines down there. Thanks, Gigi. She said, you're an artist girl, don't think otherwise. Peach fuzz, that's right, Annie. Thank you so much. So you just want it to be ever so light. And I normally do it down to here, sort of coming around here, closer to where the brows are. I do it across the forehead, you know, bringing it down a bit here, and obviously on the other side as well. It's nice to bring it into the eyebrows. Oh boy, it is really hot, isn't it, Tiana? Make sure you're trying to keep a nice flow with them still. Just nice short hairs in a flowing feel. And bring them down. Okay. Gina says, just hopping on. Hi, Annette. Hi, Gina. How are you? Bumfluff, Patricia says. Precious Heart says, hi, Annette. Hello. It's hot there too, Deb. Oh, it's a bit of a full-on one, isn't it? Oh, Precious Heart is from Melbourne. Hi, how are you? Is it hot down there today too? It is. What key is this? It's Sydney. Sydney. Edie said, I am so enjoying this. I'm sitting here eating homemade egg salad on homemade crescent rolls and watching you for a change. Usually I'm listening and doing a dozen other things. I know I'm a bit like that this week. I'm sort of getting on top of things and being able to spend some more time. I'm loving it. So I'm not going to spend too much more time on doing this like peach fuzz while you guys are around, because you basically know what I'm doing and I don't want to waste too much of your time. But I will keep going, adding to that, especially adding some like light beige tones in there. But basically you can see he's just got these light, you can see the lines of them, they're very light and fine. It's kind of cold where you are. Wow, Precious. Marie said, saw a baby on Facebook who had dark brown peach fuzz close to his eyebrows. Looked a little like a werewolf. Yeah, I guess it depends. But, you know, like I have literally seen some babies that have been born, just like you said, with the thick peach fuzz down to here. And, yeah, there definitely is babies that are like that. And they look like little werewolves too. They're so cute. Gigi said, oh, Edie, I haven't even stopped for brekkie yet, and you are making me hungry. Yeah, me too. Deb said, cold for the Melbourne Cup. Yes. Depending on what I'm using, Precious Heart, if I'm working with Genesis paints, I will be using satin varnish as my sealer. If I'm working with these paints, which are the Magical Realism, I'll be using ultra matte varnish. Tina says, hi, Annette, just got in and flew home, so I wouldn't miss you. Oh, my God, you're so cute. Precious said, yes, and raining for the Melbourne Cup. Wow. Edie said, I'm sorry, Gigi, I gladly share with you. I'm the one that made it, although you may not like my cooking. Oh, it sounds good to me. I'm in for it. Precious said, is he going to have rooted hair on top of the painted? I missed you said that. No, I don't think so. I've just got to double check with my mummy. But last time I think she was basically just wanting the painted hair. Gigi said, where is this rain? I don't know. I don't want it. If you don't want it, you can send it here. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now I'm going to just start on the eyebrows a little bit. The eyebrows are like a bit of a funny thing. You don't want to get them in the wrong position, otherwise they can really look like, you know, that change the whole mood of the baby. But I'm sort of thinking I might sort of do it just here. Actually, even just here. I'll start with them just here to see how it goes. So as you can see, make sure you have a nice sharp pencil. And I'm just doing fine lines there. Sorry, you probably can't really see them too well. I'll try to make them a little bit darker. Making them a bit darker there. And basically you just do the lines in the angle, and these sort of ones sort of do in a little bit of flick up. Eyebrows, and you can see some of the peach fuzz coming down here. Precious said, wait, sorry, what kit is it? I forgot what you said. It's Sydney. Yep. No worries. So once again, you can make your eyebrows as thick or as thin as you like. And I will be using the different colours, especially the beige. Let me see. Whoops. And once all of this has completed, I'll be doing a test sealing the hair with the matte varnish to make sure that it's not going to take away the colour. Oh, he's got angry eyebrows out there. Is that an angry eyebrow? This eyebrow's making him look angry here, so you can fix that just by adding a little bit of beige in, which will lower the colour a little bit. But I'll sort of get to that afterwards. Although he is angry, isn't he? He's sort of crying. Morning, Kylie. How are you going? So I really thought we'd sort of finish him today, but we haven't even got on to the glossing. Hi, Heidi. I like your new picture. Looks unreal. Now, when I'm doing the second eyebrow, I sort of like to go with my head upside down. And to make the second eyebrow the same as the first one, you can do sort of guider lines and just do sort of dots where the other one is, so you can make sure that they're going to settle in the same place. He's a screamer. Yes, he is a screamer. Good, thank you. Okay, that's good, Kylie. Not sure how long you can stay, Heidi. That's fine. Hi, Trisha. How are you going? He does look cute. He does look cute. My beige really doesn't like me much today. I'm going to have to retire it if it doesn't get working better. Gigi said, I can never make up my mind. Is Sydney a boy or a girl? Crying or laughing loudly? I made one at and it changed every day. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I did a little questionnaire on Facebook, and everyone said this one's a boy. I'm not. I'm pretty sure that Mum is keeping it as a boy, so that's good. And yeah, I think the good thing about it too is, you know, like if you put like a passy on, you can look. I don't have a passy right here at the moment, but it can look like it's not as upset. Precious thinks he's laughing. He's a giggle boy. So we can see how he's going there. So basically what I'm going to do is keep working around, well, like I said, I'm going to do another whole layer, just drawing the dark umber. Then I'll do another whole layer using the black, and then I'll come in and finish it with the beige. I should be able to see by doing 3 more if I'm finished. You'll notice areas where you just think you need a little bit more color or depth, and you'll work more in those. Then I'll come around and do a little bit more peach fuzz around the side of the head, down around the chin sort of area there, the lower face, and then along the front of the forehead, just to bring that down a little bit more, just nice and light, and just bring up his eyebrows just a little bit more. And then I'm going to come in with my ultra matte varnish and seal it all. And then I've got to do the gloss varnish, which will just go on his lips and on his nails, just to make them a little slight gloss on them. Tammy said, I should be rooting right now, but I just can't stop watching. John does my eyebrows on my babies. I can't seem to get them right. He gets them right first try. Well, that's good. That is good. I guess, you know, that's a good idea you could do with a testing limb too. You know, because the testing limb you can be a lot more rougher on, and I could do it. So eyebrow, let's see if this will work on here. I'll just sharpen it a little bit. Again, all eyebrows look different. Each person is going to do them their own way, their different way, and it depends on the baby too. So let's just say this was an eyebrow. I'd sort of be just trying to flick. It's not going to stick too much, guys, because I haven't prepared this surface. But literally, let's just, maybe I should get a pen. Yep, it's not going to work. Let me have a look. I've got a pen here. Let me see if I can do it with a pen, hey? So, hop back there, little guy. So let's just say this was, let's say this is the eye. So I would sort of go like this, little lines. Obviously I'm working with pen, guys, so it's thicker and a little bit more difficult. Up this end I sort of do a little bit of a wrong direction. And then I'll come through and fill these up a little bit more. So as you can imagine, when I'm working with a few different colours, it will give some nice different texture, different lines. And there is another way you can do it, is you can bring it sort of like your lines sort of meet up like that. Like you're doing like a braid or a plait or something. Because sometimes the hairs come down. And this end would be sort of flipped up. And you'd have to angle it down a little bit. But as you can imagine, if you're doing with a lot of different colours, and obviously many, well, not many layers, but a few layers, that's going to start to look a little bit like something. Just going up, flicking, 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 flicking. Flicking is good, a bit difficult with a pen. And the end would have to be sort of flicked like that too. They obviously look like Groucho eyebrows, but that's all right. You get the idea. So if you'd be flicking with this one, and if you can imagine if you're doing it with a pencil or something, and you've been doing brown and then you come in there with the beige, it's going to give it like a bit of a 3D tone. Grouchy eyebrows. You meant yawning. Okay. Kylie says it's a boy. Marie said could be yawning, Precious. Precious said, wow, you're good at that hair. Thank you. Gigi said, well, mine is a girl dressed in an apron dress of fabric with harbour bridges. Oh, and opera houses printed on it. And a Sydney bib tee. Oh, that's so cute. Tina said, oh my God, I have such a hard time with the brows. Tammy said, when John has his downtime from work, he wants to try making a baby himself. Oh, that's so cool. Precious said, yes, I cannot do brows. Yes, you can give me a tip on the brows. Definitely. Anyone can give me tips. Deb says, I have 2 babies with pen. Oh, my God, used for veins. That's a little bit harsh. And Kylie says, I root them in. I can't draw them. So Gigi's going to give us all a tip. Love it when I get tips. I do think too, like if you want a bit of a thinner brow, you know, maybe starting with your beige and just adding some really light fine lines of the brown in. Gigi will give it. She might be writing. So I mean, that's sort of generally the way I particularly do them. And they normally look pretty good with the different tones in them. So I'll put that aside. Back to this guy, who's just about to get some more colour. As you can see, this looks a little bit thin down here. Be nice to have a little bit more colour there, so I'll be working at that and then bringing those fine lines here. Alright, so I'm assuming Gigi is still writing, so I'll just wait. Gigi said from where the inside of the eye is near the nose, here like this, do an invisible line straight up. Do a small X, then go from the outside of the eye and go straight up with a very fine 1B pencil. So are you talking about like here up or here up? I'm assuming here up. So she's saying from where the inside of the eye is near the nose, do a visible line straight up, invisible line straight up. So if I did one up to here, do a small X. Let's just see, I did an X there. Then go from the outside of the eye straight up and a small cross with a very fine pencil. So up to about here. Yep. Yep. And yep. Okay, so there and up and there and up. Yep. So are they like your like starting points and ending point? So this might help everyone. So basically what Gigi is saying is from the corner inside of the eye here, do a straight line up and with a very fine pencil do like a little X. Okay, now look where you want your high point. So let's say I've just got the X there. Let's say I've just done the X here. You know, look for the high point. Yep, let's say I did it here. Little dot there. So you can see I've got the dot there, which is in where my hair is. So you've got your starting point, your ending point, obviously your middle arch point. Then do a C from point to point. So like maybe just, is that with like a light line, just do a C, which would be like that. For everyone. Yep. And then we do our lines over the top of that C. Would that be right? So there you go. That might actually help everyone to sort of map the eyebrows first and then do your little lines. Thank you, Gigi. I appreciate that. Patricia said, I need to go. Goodbye, everyone. Love you, Annette, and love to all. Love you too, Patricia. Okay, so again, before I go, I'll let everyone know what Gigi has said. Small lashes on an angle under the brow, under brows, then your longer lashes over the top. Okay, yep. So hopefully everyone understood that. So from this corner, straight line up, do a little tiny cross using a very fine pencil. From the end, straight line up, do a little cross. Work out where your highest point you want it to be, do a little dot or a cross, draw a little C through that, you know, from beginning to middle to end. And then with the lashes, she said the small lashes on an angle under the brows, then your longer lashes over the top. So hopefully that has helped everyone. That's a really great guide. Thank you so much, Gigi. We all appreciate that input. She's a true artist and can paint and draw, so she would definitely know. And she said that is how we map brow lines. Yep. Okay, I got it. Thank you so much, Gigi. I appreciate that. Everyone is saying goodbye to Patricia. And it's my turn to go now too. So I'm going to continue working, adding more definition with this little guy. I will do it off stream because I've basically showed you all how I do it and what I'm doing, so you know what I'm doing there. And all I need to do after that is seal it with the matte varnish and put the gloss on the lips and nails. So I may also do that off camera too. I'm just going to see what the mum says, and but I'll definitely show you all. Brandy said, ding, baby's done. Actually, it's not the baby, it's Tiana's chicken nuggets. Heidi said, thanks, Annette, you're welcome. Marie said, bye, Annette, good instructions, looking real good, thank you. And thank you again to Gigi for that input in that last moment, thank you. Tammy's Tiny Tot said, g'day, Annette, g'day, thank you so much for joining us. Tina said, bye, Annette, have a great weekend. I certainly will. I'll see you all later on in the week. Gigi said, bye, everyone, I am going to shovel shit, literally. Okay, my phone's on low battery, so if I die, you know I'm gone. Tricia said, night, everyone, bye, Annette, have a good week. Marie said, LOLG. Okay, guys, have a great week, and I'll see you at the end of the week. I'll put some pictures up of this little baby on my Miracle Babies Facebook page, so maybe you might be able to even get a better view of it there. Edie said, bye, Annette, thank you so much for your ear and understanding today and every day. Love you, Edie. Heidi said, I broke a wine bottle behind my car. Got to clean that up. Oh, my God, glass and wine, not fun. All right, guys, love you all. Have a really great week. We'll see you later in the week. Take care, guys.